Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live stream. Today, we got a really special one. We have Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. What's going on, everybody? How are we doing? Oh, wow. A lot of people in the chat. All right. What's up, Josh? What's up, Ian? What's up, what's this guy's name? Rate My Resto. What's up, man? How we doing, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day so far. It's time for, once again, another Watch with Nordic commentary stream. We got Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 4 was so freaking good. This entire final, aside from Game 3, overall has been pretty damn good. But Game 3, honestly, wasn't really that terrible. It was just, in terms of the score, it was a blowout. But looking forward to this one. We'll get into the preview here in just a moment. But first off, let me say my usual spiel. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. I greatly appreciate it, obviously. We do these commentary streams for every game of the Stanley Cup Final. And as well as that, too, we do this for other streams as well, like the NHL Draft Lottery. We did about 70 streams during the regular season and up to the final. So we do plenty of content here on the channel in terms of streams, as well as videos and all that stuff. As well as that, too, all donations and proceeds for every single Stanley Cup Final stream go towards one of the Ben Stelter Foundation or the Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital, depending on what team wins. If we do get enough, hopefully getting up to $100, I will split between the two charities. But yeah, it's going to be a great stream here tonight. It's always been a good stream here tonight. We always have a good time. But let's get into the preview here. So it seems like a lot of the things are the same. I do believe, though, Victor Arvidsson for the Oilers is drawing back into the lineup, and Kasperi Kapanen is coming out. Jeff Skinner is going to stay in. He had a pretty good game. I believe he's playing. Let me actually confirm that here real quick. But that seems like what is going to be the lines here for the finals. Let me just check Elliot Friedman once again. Where's it at? All right, maybe it wasn't Friedman, but I believe, yeah, Arvidsson is, okay, here we go. So Stetcher's staying in, Arvidsson is in for Kapanen, and as well as that too, Calvin Pickard is starting. So we obviously saw Skinner start in Game 4. He allowed 3 goals, but now he is staying in, or Calvin Pickard came in and won the game, and now Pickard is staying in for Game 5. Barring something crazy happening here. I mean, again, I said it in the, in the middle of the game. I said it on the podcast post game. Honestly, I really just thought that with Skinner, it felt like the Panthers found a way to beat him, and I just didn't necessarily think that it would be a good idea to go back to him in game 5 or even in that second period. So I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad they went down this road. But yeah, looking forward to this one. It's game number 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We got about 10 to 15 more minutes until the start of the game. Got to do the anthems and all that good stuff. But that's pretty much it for the lineup changes. I don't think there's anything else that was in terms of lineup changes. Let me see if I can take a look here real quick. I think Florida's mostly the same. Yeah, it looks like everything's the same on the Oilers end. Stetcher's going to stay in. As well as that, too, for Florida. Everything looks the same as far as I can tell on the forward core. Everything looks the same on the D core. Looks like they're keeping the same thing. They're not going to make any adjustments here heading into game number 5. Your starting lineups. What lines are going to start as it takes forever to load. I just saw the post from David Pagnotta, and it's loading. Still loading. All right, let me see if I can pull it up on here. Here we go. All right, starting lineups for Game 5. For the Panthers, you have Evan Rodriguez, Sam Bennett, and Matthew Tkachuk. And then you have Nico Mikkola and Seth Jones on the back end. And then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Connor McDavid, and Connor Brown will start offensively. And then Brett Kulak and Evan Bouchard on the decor. And then your starting goaltenders are Sergei Bobrovsky, as it's been for these entire playoffs, and Calvin Pickard as well. So there you go. Let's get ready here for the start of game number 5. Just in commercial break right now, and then we'll do the anthem and all that. Yes, sir. I don't believe Taylor Swift is at this game, so if anybody was wondering that. I actually got some flack for me acting like that with Taylor Swift. And I do want to say that it's mostly a joke. I don't really care that Taylor Swift was there, to be honest with you. So I didn't really care, but it was fun to kind of poke some fun at it throughout the game. So I hope people who were upset with me about that do understand. And by some people, I do mean the Swifties. Just want to put that out there. No, I don't really mean any of it. I'm... Oh my god, what is this? This awning gives us an opportunity to enjoy the outside even when the weather isn't cooperating. We can sit outside and enjoy the fresh air and the cool breezes of summer without having to worry about getting soaking wet. Call us today at 1-800-44-AWNING or visit us at marygrove.com to receive your free LED lights and lock in the lowest price. All right, here we go. Let's get ready for the national anthems here and get started tonight. The quality's a little bit weird. Let me fix off my camera a little bit. All right, that looks better. Maybe because I'm tired, I can't really tell. All right, here's the pregame intro that they do every single time. See, obviously Game 4 was in Florida, and Oilers came back from down 3-0, took that one in overtime. All right. So, yeah, again, like, I really thought Game 4, I mean, Florida, it felt like after the first period, they kind of let off the gas a little bit, and that let Edmonton back into the game to obviously take the lead. They came back late in the third period, but it obviously didn't matter because the Oilers took Game 2 in overtime. And now it's a best of 3, and I think that is awesome. We're going to get at least 2 more games. We might get a third if we see the team who loses tonight tie it in Game 6. Looking forward to it. This is going to be a lot of fun. But, yeah, back here in Edmonton. Last time these two teams were in Edmonton, the Oilers, they split the series. All right, that being said, let me put the slow mode on because the bots have arrived. All right. Here we go. As these teams get ready to leave, you hear the loud chants of, "Let's go Oilers," in Rogers Place. All right, thank you all so much for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. Be sure to like the stream down below and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's do our Watch with Nordic stream records here to kick it off. So, this is our 14th time this year streaming the Edmonton Oilers. They are 8-3-2 when we hit them up on a live stream. As for the Panthers, this is the 13th time we have streamed them. They are 9-2-1. So we got a lot of things to look forward to here tonight. Both these teams have very good records when we stream them. And as for the Edmonton Oilers, they are looking to move with, well, I guess both teams are looking to move within one win of the Stanley Cup and try and clinch it possibly on Tuesday. What is happening? The cameras just bro. The cameras just killed themselves in the... Did anybody else see that? What on earth just happened? All right. Here we go. Teams are coming out onto the ice. What's up, Bon? How we doing? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Showing off Leon Draisaitl with 4 career playoff overtime goals in just this postseason alone. He has broken the all-time record for the most overtime goals in a single postseason, which is absolutely unbelievable. As well as that, too, amongst active players, he is also in the top 5. Somebody who has been really cold for the Florida Panthers in terms of scoring is Alexander Barkov. 0 goals in his last 6 games. He's racking up assists and making plays, but I got a weird feeling we're going to see a goal from Alexander Barkov tonight here. And Barkov's only got 2 assists is what they've said. So, again, with Barkov, definitely, I feel like his game's coming. And tonight could be that game. All right, time for the national anthems. I will turn up the volume and silence myself in respect to the anthems as we hear the huge "Let's Go Oilers." What's up, Cadence? And let's get ready. Sound level 113 decibels in the pregame just right now. Here we go. All right. It's Lisa Cundy. Or is it Linda? I don't know. What's up, Johnny? Here we go.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, now time for the Canadian National Anthem.
Oh,
Nobody does it like the Edmonton Oilers fan base. Pre-game here for their national anthem. Let's get ready for Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. The winner of this one will move within one more win of getting hockey's trophy. Starting goaltender preview here, going on to Calvin Pickard first, who takes the nod in the playoffs. He is undefeated with an 8-0 record. He's on his 6th team in the last 10 years. He spent a lot of time in the American Hockey League and is now up here in the NHL. He is 8-0 in these playoffs. Has been absolutely unbelievable. On the other end, Sergei Bobrovsky has been unreal as well. He's been posting some really good stats recently, despite losses in 2 of his last 4 here tonight. Game number 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. The winner moves just one more closer to the Stanley Cup. And we are underway. Faceoff is won by the Oilers. They will dump it down low into the Florida zone. Bobrovsky picks it up and throws it behind his net back to Jones. Jones will clear that one out to center ice. It slides past Bouchard. Racing forward with speed now is Rodriguez. And he'll backhand that one just wide of Pickard. Panthers get control in the zone. It's Bennett down low. Bennett gets tied up and knocked down to the ground. Bouchard sends it ahead. And here come the Oilers. It's Brown. Brown with some room. Saved by Bobrovsky. They gave Connor Brown some room. He comes in there and makes an opportunity and a big save there by Bob. And the Panthers defense, Seth Jones specifically, just wasn't in the proper position. Or I guess that might have been Mikola's side. I'm not terribly sure. But regardless of it, it was a Panthers defensive mishap. And that results in a Connor Brown chance there very early in the game. Face-off now is both teams' second lines out there. Panthers win the draw. Cleared up to center ice now for Hagee racing for it. Back then for Ekholm, who banks it off the boards. And down low into the Panthers' end. Bobrovsky behind his net now to Barkov. Over then for Reinhart, who feeds a pass over for Forsling. And he'll dump that one down low into the zone. Wallman over to Podkolzin. Back then for Perry. It's bounced off his stick and ends up going back down low into the zone anyways, where Edmonton regroups. Wallman clears it up into center ice. It's dumped all the way into the neutral zone and goes back down and into the Florida end as the Panthers will break it out. Here's that third line of Lundell, Losterinen, and Marchand. Losterinen battles for it behind the net. Troy Stecher picks it up, playing in his 2nd straight game of these playoffs. Marchand intercepts that puck right at the blue line, and the Oilers get control right back anyways in their own end. Nurse to Stecher, clears it out to center ice. Panthers are hemming the Oilers in their own end. Stecher will bank it off the boards all the way back down to the Florida end. It'll be an icing against the Oilers. Tired but good. Nice save by Bob. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I'm actually a little bit tired as well. I was driving home and I'm just like, man, like I could really fall asleep right now. So yeah, I don't blame you for being tired, because I am as well. Face-off won by the Oilers. They'll clear it out of the zone. Now racing for it the other way is Janmark, who will fight with Jones. Jones wins that battle, clears it up and out of his own zone for Hagee. Will play it forward, and the Oilers will try to intercept that, but it goes back into the Florida end anyways. Mikkola to Jones. Cross deep pass to Mikkola for Hagee up in the air, and the Oilers are trying to force that puck the other way, but they can't seem to do so. Definitely been some high-scoring affairs in these games. Game 3 was 6-1 in favor of Florida. Puck at the point. Ekblad a shot. That one goes off of Pickard. And Game 4 was obviously 9 goals. Here's McDavid. A shot! Save, rebound in front. Is poked away by Ekblad. I think Bob made the initial save. And now here comes Gajovic, who banks it off the boards. And gives Florida some time to regroup. It seems like the Oilers are coming in waves, essentially. McDavid still does not have a goal in this series. I don't think he scored since, I think it was Game 2. or Game 3, I believe, of the Western Conference Finals. Here's Greer now. Gives it up for Schmidt. Schmidt will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone now on the right side. Arvidsson battles for it. Picked up behind the net by Janmark. Janmark backhands it up to Kane and intercepted there quickly by Kulikov, who gives it up then for Greer, but Greer can't control. Now down low in the Edmonton zone. Stetcher will clear that one out, and Florida will regroup here once again. About 16 minutes to go here in the first period. It's still 0-0, only one shot apiece for each team. And puck is tipped as it goes up and out of play. Whew. And that was a good play by Aaron Ekblad on the McDavid 2-on-1. McDavid did fumble the initial rebound, so I guess, you know, that's just kind of lucky there for Connor McDavid. Only has 3 goals, or only has 3 goals in 11 Stanley Cup final games in his career. Here's Jones trying to deke in around the right side. Back now down low, Tkachuk. Behind the net for Jones. It's picked up by Ekholm. Ekholm feeds a pass through the neutral zone. Oilers got some room, and it's blown dead for an offsides, and I could tell that wasn't offsides. I knew that was coming. Showing off Panthers here at the forecheck chances. That's interesting. Yeah, definitely offsides. That was absolutely offsides. No doubt about that one. Face-off coming here now is won by the Panthers. Down low now, Ekblad. It bounces off of Marchand, and it'll force the Panthers to regroup. Marchand deking in now through the zone. Here he comes. Deking in, shoots it, and it goes up in the air. And out of play, just 4 minutes in to the first period. So only 2 shots so far. I expected Game 5 to be a lot more closer. So I'm not surprised the slightest that we're here and that's what we're seeing. Face-off coming up here now. And it's won by the Panthers. A shot deflects down low. It goes just wide of Calvin Pickard. What's up, Johnny? Shot. Saved there by Pickard off of Lundell. Another chance for Marchand. And that one banks down low into the corner. Up at the point, Forsling will clear that one back behind the net. It goes around then for Florida, who gives it up to Perry. Perry will try to send. I think that was Evander Kane, but couldn't get it through 3 Florida Panthers. Here's Marchand now on the right side, trying to feed a pass in front, completely intercepted. Now at the point is Forsling. Forsling shoots it, and it's blocked off of an Oiler and cleared out of the zone. Panthers got control back. Forsling will just dump it in and around the boards. It'll be picked up by Kulak, who's got Greer cross-checking on him. Now Bouchard throws it up to the point. Schmidt a chance, and that one is blocked in front by Edmonton as well, and they'll bank it down the other way. Racing for it now is McDavid on Schmidt. Bobrovsky gets to that puck first, clears it around. McDavid has it. In front, Connor Brown! And saved by Bob. Rebound in front is kicked into Bobrovsky's groin. And that one, another Bouchard shot, is blocked as well. No worries, Johnny. Just doing what I love. I'm glad you enjoy it. Huge chances there for the Oilers, denied in front, as Bobrovsky denied McDavid of his first goal in these finals. Here's Reinhart now the other way, trying to feed it in front, intercepted quickly. Nurse sends a pass up then, and here he comes. Connor McDavid into the zone, dekes around Jones. It's quickly intercepted by Verhaeghe, who will get it out of the zone. And now Florida comes the other way. Barkov deking around to Reinhart. A shot, it deflects off of Nurse's stick and into the netting. 14-14 left here in the first period. Edmonton creating some offensive chances, led by Connor McDavid. Connor Brown comes in, saved by Bob. The rebound is denied in Bobrovsky's groin area. I don't really know what else to call it. And huge save there by Sergei Bobrovsky to say no to those attempts. Showing off Yona Gajovic, 63 hits this postseason. He's been a fourth-line player for the most part for Florida and has provided some offense as well. A couple assists. Here, Stetcher around, clears his back then for Arvidsson, who battles with Schmidt. Oilers do get it out, and they tried to send Draisaitl, but Rodriguez was on the right side. It seems like they're doing that a lot. Puck will deflect out of play. I think it might have been an offsides, actually. And we're hearing some chants from these Oilers fans here. I'm not exactly sure what they're saying, but it does feel like it's one of those games where the crowd's going to be very active. Face off now through the neutral zone. It's drop back for Rodriguez, who clears it all the way in down low. Pickard. Back then for Nurse. Cross pass then to Stetcher. Intercepted by Florida. Edmonton gets it right back. And they will just regroup. Seems like neither team is taking many chances. Puck now in the Florida zone. Schmidt sends a pass up to the right side. Dumped in by Bennett. Here's Pickard now. Banks it around behind the net. It's over then on the right side for Rodriguez. Pass gets sent out in front. There's no Panthers there. Here come the Oilers. A 3-on-2. Kane will send it down low for Nurse. Nurse had a goal in Game 4, which was a nasty shot, if I do say so myself. As Kane gets held up there against the boards. Puck goes up in the air and out of play. About 7 minutes gone here in Game 5. Still no goals. Some shots on net, but the best is yet to come. And we're in commercial break.
You're celebrating. Win twice, they call you a hero. But when you've won it all 7 times, the trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Drive away with a winner and save with Employee Pricing Plus. 2025 Ram Bighorn, just $4.19 a month. Visit Fred Bean's Chrysler Dodge Jeep today.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're new here to the channel, be sure to subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated. And again, I said it once, I'll say it again. All donations and proceeds for these Stanley Cup Final streams go towards one of the Ben Stelter Foundation or the Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospitals. So be sure to donate some money if you'd like for a good cause. Yeah, not a bad game so far. Not the greatest one of these playoffs, but hasn't been too bad. I guess you take what you can get. All right. All right, back here in Edmonton. Face-off coming in the Florida zone. They're showing off Zach Hyman. And giving a little bit of an ovation as well for Klingberg. There's a young fan holding up a poster that says, "Do it for Hyman." Yeah, really conservative. That doesn't surprise me. I felt like Game 4 was very highly offensive from the start. I think both teams were obviously going to be very conservative when it came to that. Puck is cleared all the way into the Florida zone. Not good enough for an icing. Bob throws it around the right side. Down low. Thrown around in front as Henrique tried playing it to Frederick. And now they'll battle for it here in the corner. Puck will slide up to the point. Ekholm waits. Feeds a pass over. Back to Ekholm. A shot. It goes wide. And picking it up then is Rodriguez up then for Marchand. Gives it to Lindell. Sends Marchand again. Here they come. Marchand a shot. Saved by Pickard with the right pad. And some fans stood up there to talk smack at the Rat, Brad Marchand. All right, face-off coming up here again in the Oilers zone. Won by Edmonton, cleared around down low. Barkov will feed it up to the point. Ekblad now over, dumped all the way down low. And back to the right side, Bouchard battling behind the Oilers net. McDavid picks it up, will jab it around. And Kulak will pick it up and try and clear it as well. It's kept in, though, by Florida. Barkov sends it all the way up to the point. Reinhart waits, shoots it. It's tipped as it goes into the corner. And now the Panthers will control. Rodriguez up to the point to Ekblad. Ekblad will throw it back behind the net as well, where it's over for Schmidt. And battling for it now down low in the corner. Oilers get control. Back then for Barkov. Barkov gains the zone. Will take it around behind the net, battling for it with Reinhart. And McDavid as well. Again, very conservative here so far. Not seeing a whole lot of chances being taken per se. Here's a puck now, tipped by Connor Brown, who rushes the other way. Over then for Mikkola. Mikkola and the Panthers will try breaking it out the other way, and it's intercepted quickly by the Oilers. Ekholm banks it off the boards. It goes in on Bob. That's a save there. Now Perry with it, throws it up to the point. There's a shot! And the rebound is kicked away by Bennett. And that was a good kick away, because otherwise, I really do think that that would have gone in. So Bob continues to play pretty well here. Again, very even so far. Shots are 3 apiece. And I think you're hearing some Bobrovsky chants here. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. It helps out the stream. And helps out getting more people to see this commentary. So I'd really appreciate it, guys. Face-off won by Edmonton. Ekholm now will dump it into the zone. And that one is out of play. Off of that Ekholm shot. So the face-off is likely going to come out. And face-off coming here once again. And it's won back then by Marchand. Here's Marchand into the zone. Shoots it! He scores! What a feed by Brad Marchand. Top shelf on Calvin Pickard. He gets another goal. And the Panthers lead 1-0. Off of center ice. Through, I believe that was Draisaitl. Comes in, shoots that one. Top corner on Calvin Pickard. And gets past that Coleman Nurse. That was not pretty there from them. And the Panthers lead 1-0 now. About 10 minutes into game 5. And I wasn't even looking off the face-off. What a play by Marchand to essentially stun the Oilers. Here's Bennett now. Tries deking through Nurse. It's poke checked ahead and picked up quickly by Stetcher over then for Perry. It's Marchand's 5th goal of the play of this final, I believe. Puck is dumped into the Edmonton zone. Now it's all about how will the Oilers score next. How will they respond? Gajovic taking it into the zone. Feeds a pass to Bennett. Tied up down low in the corner. And it gets out then to center ice as Forsling will dump it back in. Bennett with a hit there on Stetcher. And the Oilers wanted something called. It was nowhere near the puck either. That was really weird. And now Darnell Nurse waits behind the Edmonton net, looking for an option as the Oilers will look to tie the game. And that's an icing against the Oilers as Nurse messed that play up. So on the 4th shot of the game, Brad Marchand scores another goal to make it 1-0 Florida off the faceoff. Faceoff coming here now inside of the Edmonton zone once again. Mikkola shot, and that one is saved by Pickard as well. 9:42 to go in the first period. The Panthers, off of the rat Brad Marchand, the rat of all rats, makes it a 1-0 lead in favor of Florida. Should have been a penalty there. I hate the inconsistency in the officiating. I'm glad that as you as a Panthers fan is admitting that, because I know Panthers fans who would not admit that. But yeah, I totally agree. That probably should have been a penalty. Yeah, the officiating's pretty bad. I get it. You want to have the guys play, but like, what was that? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? So yeah, I thought that was very weird. But anyways, all right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's always appreciated. Here tonight in game numero 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Florida with the early lead through about 10 minutes of play. I do think that it's been a more even game through the first couple of minutes. But again, I'm going to say this right now. The Panthers did go up in game 4. Once again, to be decided on the ice and win fair and square. I think that's how it is most of the time. Anybody who says otherwise, I don't know what to tell them. But yeah, the reffing isn't pretty, but there's been missed calls for both sides. We're acting like, oh, the Oilers are the victim here. No, there's been missed calls on both sides. That's Florida's 4th straight game scoring first. They have scored first in every single game of these Stanley Cup Finals. And I think that's very important. But obviously, it may not mean everything, as the series is still tied up at 2. Cleared around then to the right side. Dumped in down low. Here's Forsling. Over to Ekblad. Ekblad back to Forsling. Forsling feeds a pass up. It's a 3-on-3. Reinhard to Verhaeghe. Over then for Barkov. Through his legs. And that one goes wide. He would have had Pickard there, too, if he was able to get that one on net. Barkov gets knocked down. Here come the Oilers the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Into the zone. Deking as Janmark sends it down low for Frederick. And can't connect on that one. Frederick to the right side. Intercepted by the Panthers. About 8:50 left to go in the first period. Lundell moves it around now behind the net. For Losterainen to Marchand. Marchand waits. Takes it up to the front. A shot. It goes up in the air and back to the corner. Now Lundell gets it to Jones. And that one is stopped there by Pickard as well. Here's McDavid. Playing it up then the other way. It's Kulak. Gives it up to Brown, who tries creating a play through the neutral zone. It's down low in the Florida end as 2 Oilers are on it. And finally the puck does come free. Here comes Bennett. 3-on-2 for the Panthers. Bennett with Losterainen to Marchand. Bennett to Marchand in front. And Losterainen nearly got that one past Pickard. And just couldn't make the shot go. 3-on-2 the other way for the Oilers. McDavid circles back around. Up to the point of shot. And it's blocked in front by Losterainen. A little under 8 minutes to go here in the first period. It's 1-0 in favor of Florida. Shots are 5-3 in favor of them as well. Through the opening period. Cleared around down to the right side. Thomas Nosek will dump the puck down low into the Edmonton end. Here's Nurse battling with Nosek as well. It's picked up by Stetcher. Stetcher to Arvidsson. Arvidsson will bank it back down low into the corner. Now on the right side, puck goes up in the air and out of play. Panthers continue their push here. Again, as I said, they have scored the first goal in all of 4 of the Stanley Cup final games. If Florida wins, does Bob get the Conn Smythe? If the Oilers win, I have Leon. Yeah, I think Leon would get the Conn Smythe this year if the Oilers would win. I think if Florida were to win, I don't know. They don't really have anybody who's, like, specifically, like, really, like, standing out to me. Like, I mean, like, there are... I think the whole team is, to be honest. Like, nobody's, like, really running away with everything or, like, being the most valuable. So I would say, yeah, I give it to Bobrovsky for sure. If I were to give it to an MVP, to a Florida team. But I don't know. I think you could give it to Marchand as well. Barkov pass in front to Reinhart. That one's denied down low. Arvidsson battling with Ekblad. Kicked around to Draisaitl. Draisaitl trying to send the Oilers the other way. It's intercepted. Here's Barkov deking in. Back for Reinhart, a shot. That one goes way wide. Tried to score from where he was with the tying goal in Game 4. Pass in front for Verhaeghe. Saved by Pickard. And now here come the Oilers. 3-on-3. Draisaitl dekes around. Takes it into the zone. Shoots it. And he doesn't score. Oh, I thought he scored for a second from that angle. Oh, it went off the back of the net and the Oilers thought they scored. But no. Not good enough. I was like, what? All of them started chanting. I almost said he scores. Nope. Not yet. Gajabek to Greer. He can't keep that one in the zone. I hate when that happens. That happens so many times during the regular season where, like, it would go off, like, the side of the net and it looked like they scored. But no. 6 minutes left here in the opening period. Puck is cleared down low into the Edmonton end. Now Kulak with the puck. Bouchard slides it up then the other way. Here's McDavid. Connor McDavid deking into the zone. Now battling with Lundell. Puck slides around then for Greer, who will give it to Lundell and clear it out to center ice. Yeah, it's the angle that really kind of does it. And big hit there by Evander Kane. Or from Evander Kane on Dmitry Kulikov. Now here's Losterainen. Up to Lundell. Lundell will clear it into the zone. It seems like the officiating is letting them play more than we've usually seen. There really hasn't been a lot of... I mean, there's been controversial calls, but there hasn't been any penalties. Here's Tkachuk trying to throw it in front. It's quickly intercepted. Now McDavid gives it up for Henrique. It's intercepted by Florida, who kicks it out to center ice. And now Bennett with some speed. Dekes into the zone. Gets tied up there by multiple Oilers. And now picked up by Henrique, who will attempt to clear. He will get it out of the zone. And the Oilers look at the regroup. Shots are 6-3 in favor of the Panthers. They have led things here through the last 12 minutes of the first period. That's how long it's taken for Edmonton to get a shot. Jake Wallman now behind the Oilers' net. Wallman feeds a pass up to the neutral zone. It goes all the way back down into the Panthers' end. Bobrovsky will clear it around. He gets knocked out of his net there. And now Nugent Hopkins will battle for it on the right side. Reinhart clears it down low for Mikkola. And they're going to call that one as Seth Jones gets a stick there within an Edmonton Oiler. And we're going to get a power play for the Oilers. And that's the first penalty of the night. You can't really not call that one. Jones is kind of jabbing it off of, I think that might have been Connor Brown. Or sorry, no, Matthias Janmark as he holds him down. And that's going to be a call there as the Oilers will get the first power play of the game.
Not to mention Schwab is a team of specialists for taxes, insurance, and estate planning, all with low fees.
We're experiencing a technical difficulty.
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are live and going here for the Stanley Cup Finals, game number 5. As I think I'm going to turn on my fan. It is a little bit, it's a little bit hot in here. There we go. The other night when I did a stream after it, I lost power, so I'm hoping that does not happen again. I don't really think I would be able to take that. So, no thank you.
New customers can buy plus into free points. Paid instantly in both specs. The crown is yours.
Tired. Got a hockey game at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. Not that it's at 8 a.m., but I'm just looking forward to playing. All right, here we go. Face off here now inside of the Florida zone. The Oilers power play. No, I did not work today. I had a graduation party that I went to. I drove a lot, though. Had to go out to Hershey, which is like a good hour and a half from my house. So, I'm a little bit tired just because of that, but I typically play forward. All right, anyway, power play here. Puck is cleared down into the Edmonton zone. Nosek trying to get it here shorthanded behind the net. We'll clear it around then for Corey Perry. Perry waits with the puck to Draisaitl. Draisaitl moves it down the right side. Down low, Perry to Draisaitl up to the point to Bouchard. Bouchard will cycle, gives it down low for Draisaitl to Perry. Back then for McDavid, who gets tied up, and Ekblad will use that to clear it the other way. Good pressure there by Alexander Barkov to not give McDavid any room there whatsoever on that redirection play. Here comes McDavid, a shot, and that one is denied there off the Panthers and cleared all the way down the other way. Oilers are still looking for their first shot since the, I think like the 5-minute mark of this first period. Kulikov now clears it around for Nosek. Puck goes all the way up and out of the zone. Shorthanded Luostarinen. He's got Bouchard. Luostarinen waits. Deeks around Bouchard. Sends it in front. Nosek's pass is denied. And now Evan Bouchard will pick that one up down behind the net. Gives it over then for Wallman, who will skate it through the zone. Intercepted then by Lundell, who will dump it down low. And it goes into the glove of Calvin Pickard. And he held it too long to play it back out. Face off here now inside of the Edmonton zone, shorthanded. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Ekholm gives it up for Wallman. And not a good penalty, or not a good power play there by the Oilers. A very good PK by the Panthers. Here's Henrique forced to come back out and deke it around. It's dumped in by the Oilers. Now on the right side, Barkov will bank it off the boards. And it comes back out as the Oilers will regroup. Janmark to Ekholm. Ekholm will try and gain the zone. It's intercepted. Bennett feeds Tkachuk. Tkachuk moves in, shoots it. Save, rebound. They score! Sam Bennett, his 14th of this postseason. And the Panthers have a 2-0 lead late in the first period of Game 5. That's a perfect rebound play. As Tkachuk took that puck, 15th of the playoffs, not 14th. As Tkachuk moved that puck into the zone, it was blocked by Jake Wallman. I don't think Pickard saw where it was in time. His reaction time wasn't great. And Bennett picks up that puck immediately and shoots that one right past Calvin Pickard. for his 15th of the playoffs. His 10th goal when we stream him. Yes, I've been keeping track of that. And it's 2-0 Florida. Here's Bennett now on the right side. Back then Rodriguez. It goes up in the air. Kulikov gets it back, and that was an offsides. Most goals in a single postseason amongst active players. Sam Bennett ties Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin for second most with 15. And we get a penalty here against the Oilers. It's going to be a power play for Florida. The guy with the most? Zach Hyman last year when he scored 16 in 23-24. Tkachuk now to the point. Jones' shot, and that one goes wide. Ekblad on the right side. Pass is tipped in front and back down low. Barkov back in the corner. Over then for Ekblad. Ekblad behind the net of Tkachuk. To Barkov. Barkov to Reinhart. To Barkov. To Jones. To Barkov. To Tkachuk through his legs. Ekblad a shot blocked in front. And a broken stick there for Bouchard. He's forced to play without one. Barkov to the point to Jones. Last minute of play in the first period. Ekblad to Jones. To Reinhart. To Ekblad. To Jones. Down low, Tkachuk. To Barkov on the right side. It's intercepted. The Oilers will clear all the way down the other way. Now Bobrovsky regroups. And the Oilers will force to defend here once again. Panthers are 5 for 13 on the power play in the first period. Outscoring Edmonton 11-4 in the first 20 minutes. 27 seconds. Schmidt moves in, shoots it, and a glove save by Calvin Pickard. He was not allowing them to get one there. And shots are 9-3 in favor of the Panthers. This has not been good. Marchand, the second player since 1967-68 to have 5+ goals in 2 Stanley Cup Finals series, that being 2011 and 2025. The other player, Mario Lemieux. Face-off here now inside of the Oilers' zone. It's Bennett versus McDavid, who, yes, he is playing out there shorthanded. Maybe the Oilers can get one here to try and respond. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It is very much greatly appreciated. Bennett has been on fire this postseason. I totally agree. 20 seconds to go. Cleared around the right side. Puck will slide all the way down into the Panthers. And Bobrovsky will get it and regroup. 10 seconds to go. And once again, Florida will have a lead. A big lead at that heading into first intermission. Rodriguez, a shot's denied. Schmidt, a rebound play, and that one goes wide. As Bennett gets a little punch there in the face for Wallman. Or to Wallman. I wonder if that might be something, but there you go. First period is in the books in Game 5. Goals from Sam Bennett and Brad Marchand put the Panthers ahead 2-0. And that being said, guys, it is first intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do, and we'll be back here for the start of the second period momentarily. Thank you all so much for tuning in. All right, let me pull up the stream. Oh, I got to download CapCut again, which does mean I need to delete some things real quick. All right, let me pull up the stream on my computer. Let me edit the one clip that I wanted to do. I don't need to do the other one. And we'll get ready here for the start of the second period in just a moment, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Another good stream here already so far. Again, be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. That'd be greatly appreciated. As well as that, too, all proceeds for these streams go towards one of the Ben Stelter Foundations or the Jordan Maggio's Children's Hospital.
hole you fill.
Promise to be your best friend forever.
All right, let me delete a bunch of stuff here off my phone real quick.
For adults with obesity, Zepbound needs change.
It's changing what I believe is possible when it comes to weight loss.
Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off. Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed
All right.
suicidal thoughts before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills, taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems. Ask your healthcare provider about Zepbound.
Perfect. That's done.
Today.
Welcome to Visible.
Wanted to do that because I don't really want to have so much stuff on my phone.
Powered with unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Now just $20 a month for 1 year, guaranteed. Stream, scroll, browse, and connect with great coverage. Plus unlimited hotspot included. That's a top-tier network at a budget-friendly cost. But you already knew all that, didn't you? For a limited time, get Visible for $20 a month, guaranteed for 1 year.
Ooh, I don't think they take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's stuck in the past, baby.
You're the one who owns 13 pairs of parachute pairs?
And these are my 14.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Just the driver.
Hold it right there.
Every time you show up, it's some danger.
I need you to get me in.
This is my world.
What matters is taking Saxton down.
Amen. This summer, NASCAR's on TNT with 5 races and 1 epic challenge.
TNT and NASCAR go hand in hand. It's kind of like seeing an old friend do our job for us out on top.
TNT will feature 5 distinctive tracks. Atlanta at night, the Chicago Street Race, Sonoma, the Monster Mile at Dover, and the Brickyard at Indy.
TNT's going all in. We can't wait to get this going.
NASCAR on TNT begins June 28th.
Oh my god, this is taking forever.
Multiple Stanley Cup Finals series, Mario Lemieux and Brad Marchand. No player has scored as many goals in a postseason as Sam Bennett. He now has 13 away from home in a critical Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. The reigning champs, the Oilers, lead 1-0, and it is quiet back here in Edmonton as we get set for period number 2. Lemieux, Hunter Blomqvist, Anderson Carter, Paul Bissonnette, and Wayne Gretzky. Let's start with man of the hour. Brad Marchand, 5 goals in this final. He's not fast as guys. He's 37 years old, but he beats guys to pucks over and over, gets breakaway after breakaway.
Why? All right, there we go.
How does he get this done?
Incredible instincts, and it goes back to the tunnel to start the game. No nose on this guy. He knew exactly what the pass was. And look at how loose he is with the boys. Like, we're going to chew these guys up just like this bubble gum in my mouth. 4 goals so far now in this building. Going back to last game, the OT winner. There's some clips here.
Oh, perfect. Deleted all my things. That's great. Oh, no, sir.
That's leadership, boys. I mean, he leads with mouth, he also leads with legs, too. Showing that you're ready off the face-off, that's a great sign to your teammates so that you're ready to go. And this pass right here, Greg Sherlock's down low in the green room. Lucy Ryan's got to keep a stick on this. He's a strong bottom end, doesn't he?
Yeah, I
couldn't believe it. An NHL hockey player had a stick in the air. The first thing you teach you in the NHL is keep your stick on the ice. He's got a wide open net if he keeps his stick there. And as you said, Marchand made a great play there. Eyes in the back of the
All right.
third line for the Panthers have been a
And by Marchand. Here's Marchand into the zone. Shoots it. He scores!
playoff time is to hold pucks down low.
What a feed by Brad Marchand. Oilers lose this game, win game 6, lose at home game 7.
Another goal.
That actually sounds about right.
Panthers lead 1-0. And from there, I really felt Panthers drifting
Off of center ice. Through, I believe that was Draisaitl. Comes in, shoots that one top corner. One top corner. Top corner. That sounds about right, Ted. I'll say that. That actually sounds about right.
If you type in Summer into the comment section, you get a special surprise. So I saw a screen recording of someone do this. It works in every
It's hard to figure out the momentum and the flow of this series because you would think that after blowing a 3-0 lead and losing in overtime, that Edmonton would come out with so much jump and energy and with the fan base that they have here and the enthusiasm of the fans. But it's the opposite. Edmonton looked
What's up, Rick? Hang on, Carter. I'm literally live streaming, my brother. Do you count the Oilers out now, or is it too early? No. Hell no. You don't count out the Oilers yet. Did we watch we watch the same game 4? What a feed by Brad Marchand. Top shelf on Calvin Pickard. He gets another goal. And the Panthers lead 1-0. Off of center ice. Hang on, Carter.
Bro, hurry up, man. We're gonna miss our flight for vacation. I found it. Let's go.
Nice try, Carter. I know what you're going to do. You are not fooling me with that. I know what you're going to do. Yeah, down 3 and 1 it. Yeah, it's too early to count the Oilers out. It's way too early to count Edmonton out. I'll tell you that right now. By Marchand. Here's Marchand into the zone. Shoots it. He scores! What a feed by Brad Marchand. Top shelf on Cal. All right. 2-0 Florida still in the first intermission.
You've always been ahead of the game. Excellence is your default, and Lexus knows that feeling is unmatched. Their standard isn't for the average, it's for those who set the bar and elevate it. So as you redefine what's possible, Lexus refines what you deserve. Because a car that doesn't make you
Okay, let me update the scoring. I don't know, Carter. What did I do? All right. So, what you guys, I may have said it before on the podcast, that, what was I going to say? I may have said it before on the streams that I have been keeping track of who scores in what games we stream, how many points they might have, and I've been taking a look at that here recently, so just looking, I think it's just fun to keep track of. So, currently, the leading scorers in terms of goals for our live streams. Let me pull that up here real quick. BAP. Yeah, perfect. All right. So, in terms of goals that we have seen players score, or goal leaders in Watch With Nordic streams, Sam Bennett is number 1 with 10. Matthew Tkachuk is number 2 with 9. Nathan McKinnon of Colorado is number 3 with 8. And then we have a two-way tie for 4th place. Leon Draisaitl and Matt Boldy as well, with 7. So that's a pretty cool stat there that we take a look at. Again, it's just something fun that I like to do to keep myself entertained when I'm bored. So I thought that would be something cool to there to take a look at. But yeah, it doesn't really mean that much, but you know. It's fun. I don't care what anybody says. It's fun. I enjoy it. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. All right, here we go. Carter, no prospect previews tonight. LeBlanc works early. And it's rigged. Here's CJ. Here's Mr. Rigged. Yeah, Florida losing this game. Okay. All right. We'll see if you're right, CJ. All right. So let's get ready here for the start of the second period. AJ Greer is lining up. We'll get ready here for the start of the second period in just a couple of moments. Nope. Good Lord. Oh. Did I hide, Whoa. Why'd you time out CJ for that long? Oh, man, I can't reset that either. Yeah, we literally just... Okay. I was gonna say... What's up, Inu the Life? Hit that like button. Thanks, buddy. Fought a blue game for on purpose. Fame comeback. You know what? You know what? Hell yeah. You were going for the bot? No worries. Doesn't matter. It resets, so you're okay. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, great series so far. I totally agree with that. It's been a very fun series. If I speak, I'm in trouble. That's all I'll say. If I speak, I am in trouble. I mean, yeah, you want new teams next year. I'm not going to deny that, but this has still been a very good series. All right, here we go. Start of the second period of Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Little first period recap. Goals came from Brad Marchand and Sam Bennett. As we keep on going here into period number 2. As for the Oilers, they need to really come back here and overcome this adversity that they've been dealing with for a little bit. Again, 3 shots in that first period is not acceptable. But here we go. Start of the second period is officially underway. Face-off won then by the Panthers. Cleared around over to the right side. Now down low is Reinhart to Verhaeghe. Up at the point, Forsling. Panthers with a little bit of a power play here, and comes to an end there pretty quickly. Now back to 5v5. Verhaeghe throws it around behind the net. Back up and over, and it banks off the boards down the other way. And it'll be an icing against the Oilers. Yeah, we had this conversation last stream. I wouldn't mind seeing Devils versus Canucks. Face off now in the Oilers zone. Janmark versus Bennett. And it's won by the Oilers, who try clearing it out. It's kept in by the Panthers. Tkachuk dekes in, save, rebound in front is denied by Calvin Pickard. Connor Brown now battling in the corner. Down low is Bouchard. Bouchard over then for Lundell at the point. A shot, that one also goes wide as the Panthers continue their pressure. Oilers have gone 12 minutes without a shot as Florida has held them to nearly nothing, and that's seemingly the other way around. Connor Brown will dump that one down low into the Panthers' end. Oilers only have 1 shot by a forward. Oh my goodness. Ekblad on the right side. It's picked up by Lostranen, who will get it out of the zone, and the Oilers will regroup. Draisaitl drops it back for Wallman. Gives it back to Draisaitl, who will take it down the other way. Dekes into the zone. And cleared back then by Wallman. It's intercepted by the Panthers. And Ekblad will clear that one the other way as well. Now Wallman battling forward with Marchand. Down in the corner. Back over for Ekholm on the right side. Here's Matthias Ekholm. Gives it to McDavid. Over to Perry in front, and that one is blocked off his skate. And now here come the Panthers. It's Marchand with some room, a shot! And it deflects up and goes above the net. Down low on the right side now, Greer picks it up. Back then for Nosek. As that fourth line is out on the ice for Florida. We've seen them a lot. It's something that the Panthers really can do, is roll off 4 lines. Cleared all the way through the neutral zone and down low. Picking it up is Kulikov. Over then for Jones. To Nosek, who will dump it down into the Edmonton end. Pickard to Nosek, a shot! As he gave that right to him. And that one went wide. Thankfully, that didn't turn into anything bad. Now Verhaeghe battling on the right side. It's picked up then by Kane. Kane tries sending it forward. And the Panthers are just right there. They're not giving the Oilers much of anything. And it's going to be very hard for the Oilers to come back. Here's Barkov. Waiting with the puck. Pass in front. Rebound! Goes up in the air from Verhaeghe and into the corner. Down low now, Verhaeghe with it. Back below the goal line. Drops it back for Reinhart. Reinhart also below the goal line. Nurse trying to play it forward. And still battling for it in the corner. Finally, it does get up to the point. Forsling will get it. It's intercepted. Here's Evander Kane with some room. What a poke check by Aaron Ekblad. And they're going to call that a penalty for tripping on Kane. So the Oilers were going to power play. And I got to say right now, I feel like that is something that you might have to just take, to be honest. You have Kane coming in there on a breakaway. If you let him get a scoring chance there, who knows, he might score that. So I think, again, it's good defensive play we've seen here from the Panthers. Not really giving Edmonton that much, but that was one that you just kind of had to take, to be honest with you. So Oilers power play coming up. Shots are 10-4 in favor of the Panthers. And we'll get the second power play here for Edmonton. Draisaitl versus Gajovic. It's won by the Panthers. Mikkola clears it around and it comes all the way out and down into the Edmonton zone. Pickard kicks it around. Lostranen forechecking that puck. Now with it is Bouchard. Bouchard drops it back for Connor McDavid. McDavid to Nuge. To McDavid. To Kane. To Draisaitl. To the point. Bouchard to Nuge. Nuge down low. McDavid to the point. Bouchard. Draisaitl. And it goes wide. Kept in the zone by Bouchard. It goes off of Nosek. Now Nuge battling forward. Gives it to Draisaitl. And it's banked off and cleared by Florida. 15:50 left to go in the second, about halfway through the Edmonton power play. Draisaitl through center ice. Feeds it to Nuge as he's tripped down, and Oilers fans wanted a penalty. They won't get one. Bouchard to Nuge. In front, Perry loses the puck and drops it back. Nuge over for McDavid to Bouchard. Bouchard to Nuge. A shot. Deflected. Rebound by Corey Perry. Gets cleared wide. Cleared around then by Florida. Kept in though by the Oilers. Bouchard. 30 seconds left. Over then Nuge to McDavid. McDavid waits. Skates through center ice. Bouchard back to McDavid. At the point. He's got Reinhart tying him up. He'll cycle with Draisaitl, who keeps the puck. To Bouchard, a shot. And it goes wide. Now Kulikov trying to clear, and the Panthers will get it, and will bank it off the boards and kill this penalty off. Pickard comes out of his net to play that puck. It's intercepted by Florida. It'll go up in the air and out of play, but that'll do it for the Oilers' power play. They got some chances, but nothing past Sergei Bobrovsky, as the Oilers are still down 2-0. And face-off coming here now outside of the Oilers' end. It's won by Edmonton. Hopefully that power play maybe gives the Oilers some momentum. Mikkola banks it off the boards. It goes into the Edmonton bench. And they will regroup for another face-off. And showing off, June 14th, 1994 was when the Rangers won the Stanley Cup and broke a 54-year-long drought. Haven't been able to get one since then, but those memories still live on. Eddie Olczyk was a part of that team. That's why they showed it off. Here's Sam Bennett. Will kick it down back into the Oilers zone. Stetcher with it. Will clear it out to center ice. And the Panthers intercept. Tkachuk dekes it around now down low. Battling is Stetcher on the right side to Bennett. Back then for Frederick. Over then for Stetcher again. Troy Stetcher moves it through the defensive zone. Here's Darnell Nurse. Nurse with some room will dump it down into the Panthers' end. And Jones picks it up then for Florida. And here they come the other way. Bennett, already with a goal tonight, dumps it down low. Kulak battling for it. As Janmark tried to force it ahead, but it's quickly intercepted by the Panthers again. Greer to the point. Kulikov. Pass in front. Deflected. Just wide. Back then down low in the corner. Nosek. Behind the Edmonton net. Throws it up to the point. Kulikov. Over to Schmidt. Back down low behind the net. As the Panthers will regroup. Nosek now fighting with Janmark. Along to the right side. Wallman tries playing it as his stick was tied up with Nosek. Gajovic will throw it up to the point. Kulikov clears it down low. Oilers get it back. They'll bank it off the boards all the way down the other way. And not enough for an icing. Arvidsson battling for it now with Schmidt. Now McDavid battling with Barkov as well. Puck still in the corner. It comes free, and here comes Florida the other way. Reinhardt through the zone. And that one goes up in the air and out of play. The Oilers want a delay of game. Are they going to get one? I don't think so. So that's unfortunate. And the refs are going to take a look at it here, talk it out, and see if there might be a penalty that gets assessed. But I couldn't really tell, so it might be something here. What's up, Nolan? How we doing? Oh my God. That was one hell of a backhand. And let's see what it's going to be. And it will be a power play for Edmonton. Reinhardt is going to go to the box. All right, then. So we'll see Edmonton get another power play here and a chance to put the game within one goal. I don't know. Maybe CJ is on to something. No, I'm kidding. Well, maybe. We'll see. I don't know if I might have heard it wrong, so don't quote me on that. Anyway. Watching how fast paint will dry is more predictable than the Stanley Cup final. Who's my all-time favorite player? It's Claude Giroux, without a doubt. Childhood favorite with the Flyers. No doubt in my mind. He's my boy. He's my guy. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. All right, Sam Reinhart to the box for delay of game. So Edmonton will get a power play here now to open up the second period with their second one. Face-off is blown dead immediately. It did slide out of the zone, so it'll take a second here to come back and regroup. All right, face-off coming here now inside of the Florida zone. Lundell versus McDavid. Won by the Oilers. At the point, Draisaitl shoots it wide. Ekblad will clear it around. It's kept in, though, by Edmonton. Nugent-Hopkins down low behind the net. Feeds it to McDavid. McDavid in front for Draisaitl. He can't get it past Bob. McDavid to the point now. It's Bouchard. Slides it over to McDavid. Back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl waits to McDavid. Up at the point, Bouchard. They'll wait. Give it back to McDavid, who skates it in, dekes it around, throws it in front. It goes off of a Panther. Bouchard a shot. Deflects just wide. McDavid now behind the net. 1:20 to go on the power play. Bouchard waits to McDavid. Down low. Back to McDavid. Gets tied up there by Ekblad. Nuge gets it in front. It deflects off of a Panther. And Ekblad will try clearing. And it's kept in, though, by Edmonton. Bouchard to McDavid. Shoots it! And it goes off of the post. McDavid to Bouchard. To McDavid. Nuge in front. What a block by Forsling. McDavid gets it back. Up at the point now to Bouchard. To McDavid. McDavid to Draisaitl. Down low in the corner. Battling with Luosterainen. He gets it free. Up to the point to Bouchard. To McDavid. And that one's blocked in front. Trying to kick it away is, I think that's Luosterainen, who doesn't have a stick. It's 3.5 players out there on the ice. McDavid shoots it. And it goes out of play. Connor McDavid still looking for his first goal of these playoffs, or not of these playoffs, of the Stanley Cup final. Stressful. Face-off coming here now inside of the Florida zone once again. About 27 seconds to go on the power play. So we'll see a line change here. As you can tell, this Oilers team is getting a little bit frustrated with how they have played. Face-off now is won by the Oilers. It's Janmark. Shoots it! Saved by Bobrovsky, and it's cleared all the way down the other way by the Panthers. So Edmonton is trying to come back here. Here's Nurse. Cleared down low. Kane battling for it. Alongside Janmark. And here come the Panthers the other way. That'll do it for the power play. And we're even. Got to be frustrating if you are the Edmonton Oilers. You cannot find a way to beat Sergei Bobrovsky. Oilers are 0 for 3 with just 5 shots. Kulikov to Barkov, who will dump it in. Yeah, Oilers got to dig in. Tkachuk now battling forward to the blue line. Kane will drop it down low as Edmonton regroups. Darnell Nurse. Over then for Kulak. Throws it around then. It's tipped off of Henrique. Arvidsson tried sending it in front end. That was not good enough. Now here come the Panthers. Bennett dumps it down low for Rodriguez. Picked back up then by the Oilers, who will deke it through the zone. Arvidsson clears it down low. Halfway through the game, it's still 2-0 Panthers. Up at the point, Wallman over Stetcher. Shoots it, and it goes just wide. Wallman another shot. And that one's wide as well. Now Stetcher a drive. And that one also goes off a Panther. Jones clears it down the other way then for Florida. Will it be enough for an icing? Nope. Now Stetcher with the puck. Stetcher shoots it. Saved by Bobrovsky there before he entered the zone. Now Draisaitl battling down low with Forsling. Along the right side. Ekholm fighting as well. McDavid battling with Brown. Over then for Thomas Nosek, who will take it the other way. Now Greer sends it forward for Gajovic, and that was not good enough. Ekholm along the right side. Here come the Oilers. Through the zone, Brown to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to the point. Ekholm a shot. Glove save by Bobrovsky. They keep getting shots, but Bob keeps saying no. Even the post is not helping the Oilers get the game-tying goal. It's still 2-0 Florida. Either injured or is writing the script. Huh. Yeah. You know what? Maybe you're right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Just want to remind you guys once again that all donations and proceeds for this live stream go towards one of the Ben Stelter Foundations or the Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital. So if you have some money you'd like to donate, it's greatly appreciated, but it doesn't really matter. Enjoy the stream. And if you would like to subscribe, that would also be appreciated as well. No, sir. All right, here we go. Another face-off coming inside of the Florida zone. 0.816. Face-off won then by the Panthers. Ekblad trying to clear, who is having a pretty good game so far. Draisaitl behind the net, banks it up the boards. A shot deflected as it goes down low to the corner. Now McDavid battling with Forsling as Draisaitl falls down there on Ekblad. Over then for Barkov. Puck is chipped out there by the Panthers. Yeah, not as bad tonight. We've had way worser nights, that's for sure. Kane, down low, banks it off the boards for Forsling. Forsling will clear it all the way down the other way. Now, Reinhart playing it with his stick. Tried to get it past Ekholm. And now battling forward to McDavid up to Kane. Kane sends over then Bouchard. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Draisaitl tries dropping it back. It intercepted by Verhaeghe. And now the Panthers will clear it down the other way with 7.5 minutes to go in the second. Edmonton just simply cannot beat Bobrovsky. They're getting shots. I also do feel like they're forcing a little bit too much. They're kind of trying to, you know, force plays a little bit too much in terms of just like passing it around. You got to just shoot it. Lundell banks it off the boards then for Marchand. Marchand waits, backhands it around then, and picked up by Brown, who will regroup in the Edmonton end. Now Stetcher clears it down low into the Florida zone. Mikkola to Jones. To Marchand. Marchand through center ice. Goes through the zone, shoots it, and saved there by Pickard. Marchand now down low, feeds it up to the point. Schmidt over Rodriguez, and a save there by Pickard as well. Still kept in by the Panthers. Schmidt to Bennett, to Rodriguez. Down low for Tkachuk. And that one's denied there as well. Brown forces the puck ahead, and the Panthers will regroup. Here's Rodriguez, drops it back to Bennett. Bennett to Tkachuk, a shot, and stopped there by Pickard. Tkachuk to Bennett. Bennett to the point. They can't keep it in, so they'll have to come out. Now Schmidt to Kulikov, who will clear it into the Edmonton zone. 6 minutes remaining here in this second period. Trying to be perfect on the shots. Yeah, I know. So less than 6 minutes to go here in the second period. It is still 2-0 Panthers. Back down low now. It's Nurse behind the net. Darnell Nurse trying to clear it around the right side. It's kept in, though, by the Panthers, who have been pressuring here for a good few minutes. Gajovic, a shot saved by Pickard, who will cover that one up. No, my bad. I was just had a little bit of a brain fart with the shots. All right, commercial break. Voice is starting to get to me here a little bit, so.
Navigates with legs. Automower IQ series keeps any lawn fresh cut every day.
10 shots. Should have been mounted in period 1. It's been a much lower shooting game.
Controlled with a touch of a button. Welcome to the future of modern.
Thank you all very much for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated here. Okay. Sounds good, Bon. All right. Face off now here inside of the Edmonton zone. Down low now, trying to move the puck the other way. It's picked up quickly by Verhaeghe. Carter Verhaeghe on the right side. Clears it down low behind the net. Picked up then by Wallman, who gets tied up there with the referee. Now Verhaeghe clears it around the right side. 5:10 to go in the second period. Verhaeghe waits. Down behind the net to Reinhardt. Reinhardt holds the puck. It's down into the corner. Barkov battling with Kulak. Henrique gives it up then for Skinner, who will clear it down into the Florida zone. That'll be an icing. So Jeff Skinner, it feels like that's the first time I've seen him here tonight. Chris Knobloch kind of running a short bench is what I can tell. 10-year-old laptop can only take so much use. Oh, I bet. That's an old-ass laptop. Wow. Face-off now won by Florida. Ekblad over. Marchand! Blocked by Wallman. Marchand knocked down there by the Oilers. Here's Skinner. Skinner on the rush will clear it down low. Gives it up for Frederick. Frederick now battling with Forsling as he loses his stick. And giving up then for Lostrandin down the other way. Now Bouchard to Draisaitl. Slides it ahead for McDavid. McDavid dekes around and his pass is cleared down all the way the other way. Not enough for an icing. And just over 4 minutes to play here in the second period. The Panthers still with a 2-0 lead. Here's Bennett now over to the right side. Poke checked ahead for Tkachuk, who will clear it down low into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard to Ekholm. Ekholm off the boards. Trying to take it in now. A shot. And that one goes up and out of play from Corey Perry. 3:51 to go in the second. again, I'm kind of repeating myself here. It's been a lot of Florida Panthers. Talking about the schedule here, we'll be live on Tuesday for Game 6, no matter who wins this game. And then depending on who wins this game and then whoever doesn't win next game, there could be a Game 7 on Friday if that is necessary. But as far as we know, we only have 2 more streams left. Or 1 more stream left after this one. McDavid versus Barkov. And it's won by the Oilers. McDavid battling down low. Draisaitl takes it around behind the net. Trying to play it forward. Reinhart clears it all the way out of the zone. Talking about Brad Marchand, his 4th Stanley Cup final appearance. Barkov up to the point. Thrown back down low behind the net. To Bouchard. Battling with Verhaeghe. Over then for Draisaitl. Here comes Draisaitl. Through the zone. Gives it to Ekholm. Ekholm dekes around his own player. Arvidsson gets it. Trying to give it to McDavid, who jabs it down low for Ekholm. Back then for Draisaitl. He can't get the pass. Now at the point, Bouchard. Bouchard to Ekholm. Ekholm waits. Shoots it. And it goes wide. Now Arvidsson throws it up to the point. Bouchard waits. A shot! Saved by Bobrovsky with his chest. Florida's done a really good job at not giving the Oilers much of a passing lane. I think, if anything, the Oilers have been taking a lot of their shots from above the hash marks or at the point. We really haven't seen a lot of plays here from Florida where, you know, the Oilers have it down low in the zone and they get shots that way. Besides maybe on the power play. But that's been about it. All right, face-off here now, won by the Panthers. Cleared down the other way. Luostarinen with the puck. Battling now with Nuge. Drops back then for Evander Kane. Kane. Up then, dumped into the zone by the Oilers, and Kulikov gets it back for Florida. Lundell now the other way. Picked up then by Brown. Connor Brown banks it off the boards. On the right side, Stetcher. Plays it forward. Trying to race the other way is Kane. Kane with some speed. Can't get to that puck first. As the Panthers say no. Oilers really needing a miracle here. Maybe CJ is right. Lundell dumps it down low into the Edmonton zone. Darnell Nurse with it with 2:10 left to go. There's only been 23 shots combined in these two periods so far. It's been a lot of defensive zone plays, not a lot of shots. Oilers plays intercepted in front. The Panthers are getting to essentially everything. Pickard now down low, banked off the boards. And all the way out of the zone. Now Ekblad will regroup with it for the Panthers. Banked off the boards now down low. Greer racing for it. Battling here in the corner. Slides out in front, and that one's also intercepted. Now Frederick trying to play it ahead. Skates it around back. Frederick banks off the boards. Now racing forward is Janmark, and Bobrovsky plays that puck around before he can get to it. Bennett down low. Clears it all the way down the other way. Will that be an icing? Yes, it will. 1:16 now to go in the second period. If the Oilers were going to get a late goal, they need it now. They really need it now. They need momentum to shift. Because from what I can tell, it's just been a whole lot of Florida. Yeah, Game 6 is on Tuesday. It's a little bit of a weird date, but whatever. All right, face-off one here by the Oilers. Ekholm drops it back. Here's Connor McDavid. Over to Ekholm. He had so much room. And he missed the pass, dude. Are you serious? He had so much room. Face off here now in the Florida zone. McDavid versus Barkov. Cleared around down low. Verhaeghe battling for it. Up to the point. Ekholm a shot. And that one's blocked in front. Up at the point. Ekholm gets it back. Last minute of play in the second period. Jones banks it off the boards. Trying to take it the other way. Ekholm waits. Battling for it now. Barkov picks it up and dumped down low into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard to McDavid for Perry. Tries getting it up to Draisaitl. It doesn't get there. And cleared down low. 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Oh, big high stick there from Draisaitl on Kulikov, and that will be called. Bennett shoots it wide, and yeah, Oilers will go to the penalty kill. That was ugly by Leon Draisaitl. And it'll be a 2 minutes, so that will carry into the third. But yikes. As it goes up into Kulikov's head there. Not ideal. That is not ideal whatsoever. High sticking there for Leon Draisaitl. And with 20 seconds left exactly, Florida will go on the power play. Their second power play of the game. They had one late in the first period as well. So this one will carry over. But that was a bad penalty to take. That was pretty bad. So face-off here now. Won by the Oilers. They'll battle for it down low. 18 seconds left. Down behind the net is Darnell Nurse. Fighting with Jones to Bennett. Up in front. Oilers get it. They'll clear it down the other way. Just wide of Bob. And this feels like the first period in forever where there were no goals scored. It is still 2-0 Panthers heading into the third period. And the Oilers really need a miracle here if they want to come back. The Oilers have not... What? That is not true at all. Oh, not let after second period. Like in the series, like in the intermission. Okay. All right. Intermission time now. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back here for the start of the third period momentarily. Oh my God. I don't even have anything I can do. There's no clips I need to edit. There's no stats I need to update. There was no goals in that period, so I'm just here waiting for the start of the third period. Oh, that was brutal. Ask me some questions, guys. Come back win as per script. All right. We'll see if you're right, CJ. I'll bet my money on it. Oh. Yeah, I mean, if Florida can play the way they just did, I think they got this in the bag, if I'm being completely honest with you. I've obviously been wrong before. I've been wrong many times, but I think just after seeing what I just saw, I don't know if you can argue it.
Wait till you see the other two surprises. A joyful bundle of three. I was thinking of gifting one to each of you. I got AT&T's bundle of three. iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence for me, and iPad and Apple Watch for you. New and existing customers get their iPhone 16 Pro on us with eligible trade-in. Plus, iPad and Apple Watch SE for 99 cents per month each and save up to $1,700. On Chewy, save 35% and shop all your favorite brands. For any taste, for any diet, at prices you love, delivered fast. For low prices, for life and pets, there's Chewy.
Lost my floor hockey game today. It was close, though. Like deck hockey? At least their game wasn't rigged. Stove. Yeah, that's tough. I play deck hockey as well. Or floor hockey as well. I have a game tomorrow. I think I already mentioned that, but it's at 8 a.m. And, like, it's Eastern time, 8 a.m. So I'll be done here. And then by the time I'm done, it'll probably be close to 1 in the morning, editing everything and getting it all uploaded and stuff. So it's going to be brutal tomorrow. And then I have work as well. But at least, the Game 6 on Tuesday.
Barbecue Brawl tomorrow night at 9. See it first on Food Network. Stream next day on Max. It's a Discover intermission report. Gets up in the third period. No scoring in the second. You heard it from Kenny Albert, the only other goalless period of the series. First overtime in Game 2. That was as close as it gets. And the frustration continues for Connor McDavid. He brings it off the post. His team is down 2-0. In danger, falling behind 3 games for 2. Leading 2. Henry Blancos, A.C. Carter, Paul Bissonnette, Wayne Gretzky. This was shaping up a lot like Game 4. Panthers, great first period. But here comes Edmonton in the second period. Draw a couple penalties, go on the power play. But that's where things change here. You get to the Discover highlight. Penalty kill here steps up in a big way for the Florida Panthers.
And it's going to be huge for the rest of the way for the Florida Panthers. They've been unbelievable in tonight's hockey game. And so far, it's a big difference in the hockey game. Not letting 29 and 97 Drysdale and McDavid get going. I thought Forsman was outstanding.
Try goalie, let him 4 goals and 17 shots. That's not that pretty. But I guess, what was I going to say? I guess, yeah, I don't even know what I was going to say. I think in deck hockey, there might be a lot lesser shots, though, so. Oh, another fun memory. On this day in 2014, Alec Martinez scored the double overtime winner to win the Stanley Cup for the Los Angeles Kings. So another cool history fun fact there as I'm scrolling through Twitter board.
situation where the weight of the world feels like it's on your shoulders. Well, no, most definitely he feels it right now. He's such a great player. He's the best player in the game. My advice to him is to just relax and go out there and play the best hockey you can play. One guy can't win the Stanley Cup. One guy doesn't lose the Stanley Cup. But he can have a huge impact in this period. All he's got to have is a really good 20 minutes, two different shots, two different plays, and then you got to kind of halfway through that period of that 29 and 97 together. Do you think we see that the rest of the game at this point? Or they have to? Because, you know, Brown has been good for them on that line because of the speed. It opens up the ice. But Brown doesn't have the hands that Draisaitl has. They have to put Draisaitl on there. He's a scoring threat for them. He's got to be there. That last clip was classic Barkov versus McDavid. Barkov lost that faceoff. McDavid gets the puck in the half wall. Boom. Cycle buster. End of that play. Florida Panthers get the puck out of the offensive zone. Down two goaltends to the third. Maybe you need two McDavids out there. How about two Gretzkys? We got one on the desk here. We got one watching the show from the corner over here, dressed in full Gretzky apparel. Twinsies. Apparently we're not going to show him.
All right. Still got about 10 minutes until the start of intermission. A little less, actually. Like 9 minutes. A minute less. Whatever. Well, I guess this is the last Saturday of the season. That sucks. I didn't think about that. It's the not third period, it's the third period comeback by the Oilers. Maybe you're right, but maybe some people want that.
Check-in time is 3. It's 2:55. I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No game. No fun.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, you always have your vacation.
Should be 5-0 Panthers. Maybe.
How do you sleep at night? On a mattress and mattress firm. So I sleep.
At the July 4th sale, get a Sealy King bed for a queen price and a free adjustable base. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night.
Okay, here's what you want to do. Save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
Are you a caddy?
No, I'm a duck. And that's a windmill. Okay, a little putt middle. Okay, I'm gonna watch you putt.
Nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Who's ready for the weekend? We are. Fridays kick off movie night with me and Kev on Friday Night Vibes.
Hungry for more?
Catch me and Jason on Saturday night serving up dinner and movies.
Hi-bye, Ray.
It's the perfect combo.
Yo, Jason, let me get in on that. Hey, buddy. Yeah, movie magic. Get your week
I don't know about that, CJ.
And dinner and movie.
starting June 27th on TBS.
To understand the world, you need the truth.
This is the largest measles outbreak in 30 years.
That's why we follow the facts wherever they lead. From the inside story. Their lives now
What?
are forever changed.
A hammerhead shark fall from the sky.
Inside perspective. We follow what matters to you. Forging a path to the truth and a better understanding of our world.
Live from the 2025 Stanley Cup Finals, you're watching the Discover Intermission Report. Discover, the official card of the Like, you have the rings, too. And who? We were having fun. We're updating at 50 bucks from DraftKings. Hank, what's his? Nothing. What does he need? Everything.
Izzy's bets fumbling yet again.
Sportsbook, you're over live betting. New customers bet $5, get $3 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app, use promo code SCAPE when you sign up. You were saying we didn't get the other Gretzky in there because Barkov was all over?
Barco was shadowing him and my pitching bats. Nothing did hit. That guy's just killing everybody's game tonight.
There's been 7 or 8 goals every game. We got 2 tonight.
You're bad luck. Lucky that the man I bet was Canadian. Now you
Phillies won again, but they won't win when I'm there. All right.
Edmonton's come back from its own series. We have seen massive swings throughout this entire series. We've seen 3 overtime games already. You never know what is going to happen. That's the best part about this final. Big penalty kill now. Oh, yeah. Huge one coming up right now. It's just nothing as we get set to that third.
3 game 7s for a reason. We'll see. Got about 4 minutes here till the start of the third period, guys. Sorry that I've been a little bit quiet here through this intermission. Kind of resting my voice. There wasn't really anything I needed to do either, so I was just bored scrolling through Twitter. Looking at all the things that certainly happened today.
It keeps working for up to 4 months, from the first days of spring to the 4th day of July. From summer beach days to pumpkin spice latte. From sweltering days to sweater weather days. Roundup Dual Action kills existing weeds and keeps on working for up to 4 months. That's 120 days of days. Guaranteed of your money back. Roundup Dual Action. This stuff works. I'm an overpowered leaf blower, and I'm not exactly street legal. And if you don't have the right auto coverage, this could really blow you.
All right.
So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Good morning. Start with the goodness of Cheerios. And try Cheerios protein.
Close, Mom. Tucked in or out?
In for the wedding photos. Out for the dance floor.
Yeah.
No, you're dancing. Just like a person.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, I'm dancing.
No.
Okay.
And that's how you roll.
Let's go explore in the Accord from Honda, KBB.com's 2025 Best Value brand. Its sophisticated silhouette was designed to turn heads at every and the hybrid model's 204 total system horsepower will really get you moving. This is what excitement looks like in a Honda.
This is a meal. We're talking a good food that makes you feel good meal. You feeling that?
All right. Third period is coming up here in just a moment. Little second period recap. Goals from literally nobody as the Oilers are looking to try and forge a comeback here in period number 3. Thank you all so much for tuning in here tonight. It is greatly appreciated. Be sure to subscribe down below if you are new. All right. I won 7 games as well. I don't really care who wins, to be honest. All right, here we go. Period number 3 will be underway in just a minute or two. All right, here we go.
The Stanley Cup Final on TNT is presented by Geico. Florida Panthers 2-0 lead as we head to the third period here in Edmonton. Kenny Albrecht, Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher. So the Panthers lead by 2, and they will start the period on a power play.
Pretty simple, Kenny and Booch. If you're the Florida Panthers, you say, we're going to score on this power play, and we're going to go home and have a chance to win the Stanley Cup.
If the Oilers, it's about to kill and then look for a lot of 29 and 97.
All right, here we go. Third period is underway. Face-off won by the Panthers. They dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. The more hockey, the better. Yeah, I agree. Panthers on the power play here as well. It comes in from a little bit of the first period. 3 teams have had consecutive multi-goal comeback wins. The last instance of this happening was the 2014 Los Angeles Kings, 11 years ago. Tkachuk to Reinhart now as the Panthers regroup inside of the Edmonton zone looking for their third goal. Puck is cleared around, then it's intercepted. Here come the Oilers. Down the other way is Kulak. Back down low behind the net. Battling now in the corner, and it's intercepted there by the Panthers. Now will the Oilers regroup. And now the Oilers dump it out of the zone. Panthers regroup the other way. About 30 seconds left here on the power play. Ekholm now in the corner. Clears it around then for Nate Schmidt. As Florida will regroup here inside of their own zone, as the Oilers are not giving them a whole lot of options to really work with here. Down low behind the net. It's picked up then by Florida. Up to the point for Hagee. Waits. Over to Bennett. Moves in. Shoots it. And that one is denied there. Picked up again then by Edmonton, who will clear it down and out of the zone. And now McDavid with some room. Drops it back to the point. And Arvidsson can't keep it in. Ugh. McDavid, man. He's probably frustrated as hell right now. I think this whole Oilers team is. Draisaitl. Up then to Stetcher. He misses the pass. They're forced to come out. And they'll just dump it right back in, but Florida gets the regroup. I'll say this, though, with the Oilers. I think they've done a very good job at not letting their frustrations boil over. Because they really let that happen in Game 3, and that's why Game 3 was a 6-1 onslaught. I think they've been a lot more calm and collected in this game. But they are definitely frustrated. They have to be right now. Only 11 shots through 2 periods. Marchand now battling down low. It's picked up by Henrique on the right side. Now Kulikov hits, I think that's Arvidsson from behind. Holds him up there against the boards for a couple of seconds. Now here come the Oilers the other way. It's cleared down low. Racing forward is Podkolzin. He'll battle with Seth Jones. He has no reinforcements. Now Luostarinen will dump it back up to the point. Here's Brown. Clears it over. Ekholm deeks around the right side. We'll get it down low. Barkov with it here as well. Up to Reinhart. 3 minutes gone here in the third period. Bouchard trying to bank it around the boards. Still battling with Reinhart now. Connor Brown picks it up. And the Oilers will regroup. Bouchard sends a pass to the neutral zone. Nate Schmidt regroups with it. Verhaeghe will drop it back down low. Ekholm bangs it off the boards. Verhaeghe will dump that one back into the Oilers' end anyways. Still delayed offside. Puck goes in on Bobrovsky. It'll bounce off the net, so no icing. Now Forsling here will dump it down the other way. That will be an icing against the Panthers. Oilers are still in need of 2 goals here. 3 to win. All right, CJ, let me ask you this. If the Oilers are handing teams series because their goalies always sucked, then why are they in the Stanley Cup final right now? Wallman will regroup now in the neutral zone. Over then for Kulak. To Draisaitl. Draisaitl through the zone. Banks it off the boards. And Ekblad clears it down low then for Forsling. Who will give it then to Tkachuk. Over for Bennett. Bennett plays it through the neutral zone, gets it down low, and it's Rodriguez. Rodriguez holds it. Passes it in front, intercepted there. Draisaitl tried playing it, but the Panthers keep it. Bennett now down low to Rodriguez. To Marchand. And puck is slid through back for Wallman. Over now the other way, back for Draisaitl. And that's an offsides against the Oilers as Perry goes off, and it keeps on going here for the Oilers. The frustration keeps on building up. I'm getting frustrated just watching this. Face-off coming here outside of the Florida zone. And it's won back then by the Oilers, who will dump it into the zone as well. At the point, Bouchard, poke checked away. He gets to it before anybody else can. And we'll take it back down low. Here's Nugent Hopkins battling with two Panthers. It slides around behind the Oilers' net. Now Evander Kane. Banks it up then for Arvidsson. Intercepted by Kulikov. And puck goes into the Florida bench. And there's some pushing and shoving as the Oilers aren't really giving Florida anything. Yeah, I thought Dallas was going to win that series as well, but I guess not. I had the Oilers losing round 2. That was my prediction at first, but... Bouchard was battling there with A.J. Greer. Face-off here now, won by the Panthers. Mikkola clears it around to the right side. Back down low, and icing there against Edmonton. Saw Pronger a ton when he first started before he was traded to St. Louis in Hartford. Nice. Face off now. Inside of the... Or not Hartford, Edmonton. What am I saying? Face off now in the Florida zone. And it's won by the Oilers. It kept in the zone. Bouchard, what are you doing? You don't even try. Here's Marchand. Dekes through Wallman. And he scores! Oh my God! The rat of all rats does it again. And it's 3-0 Florida. Oh my God. So Bouchard doesn't even try to attempt that poke check. He dekes around Wallman and puts it through Pickard. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just watching that replay. All right, 14:40 left to go in the third. I hate to break it to you guys, but that might be the nail in the coffin. Here's Ekholm now. Shoots it. It's blocked in front, then down low. Shots are 16-11. The Oilers don't have a shot in this period. A shot deflected, just goes into the corner. Podkolzin throws it around to the right side. Over then for Kulak, who will clear it down low. Lundell, it goes in the air. Now Barkov will pick it up. Takes it through the neutral zone and will backhand it down low and into the Edmonton end. Again, we will be live for game number 6 on Tuesday, and we could possibly see one of Florida or Edmonton, and it looking like it might be Florida right now. Hold up, Lord Stanley. That was Marchand from Losterainen. See ya, Bon. Have a good one. What a play by Brad Marchand. Dekes around Wallman and puts that one through. That's his second goal of the game tonight. Here they come the other way. It's Connor Brown. Brown sends a pass up. Wallman a shot. Save in front by Rodriguez. He kind of knocked out Bobrovsky there. Now Marchand will take it the other way. He's looking for the hat trick. Dekes around through. It's poke checked away by Connor Brown. Up then for McDavid. McDavid through the zone. Backhand save by Bobrovsky now. Here's Draisaitl with it as well. Draisaitl drops it back down low. He'll battle for it here as well. And picked up by Jones, who will clear it all the way out. 13 minutes to go here in the third period. The score is 3-0 in favor of Florida. They are in the driver's seat. Draisaitl clears it around the Corey Perry. To the point to Bouchard. To McDavid. To Bouchard! Saved by Bobrovsky. Now McDavid gets the puck back to Ekholm. To the point to Bouchard. Down to McDavid. McDavid dekes in. He scores! Connor McDavid, his first goal in the Stanley Cup Finals. And the Oilers have life. It's 3-1. So now it just went from 3-0 Florida just a couple of minutes ago to 3-1. So I'm telling you guys right now, this is not over. We've seen the Oilers come back from crazier leads than this in shorter amounts of time. It's far from over, ladies and gentlemen. That's McDavid's 7th goal of the postseason. Shots are now 16-16 apiece as the Oilers have awoken. Barkov versus Draisaitl. It's won by the Oilers. Now down low. Ekholm will regroup. That's McDavid's first goal since Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. And they have awoken the beast. Bouchard to McDavid. Connor McDavid dekes around. Will pass it back to Bouchard. Tries getting it through Gajovic. Up to Arvidsson. Shoots it. And it goes up in the air and just wide. Ekholm a drive as well. And it's blocked off his skate and it'll go out of play. The Oilers have life. Connor McDavid. First Marchand made it 3-0. And then Connor McDavid makes it 3-1 Edmonton. Gives the Oilers some life with 12:08 to go here in the third period. Ugh. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Once again, I shall remind you that all donations and proceeds from this stream go towards one of the Ben Stelter Foundations or the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. So be sure to donate some money if you would like to. Be greatly appreciated. But here we are. It's 3-1 Panthers. The Oilers are given some life with about 12 minutes to go. Let's see if they can get it done. Connor McDavid joins Mario and Wayne Gretzky as the third fastest player to reach 150 points in the playoffs, in career playoffs. All right. Face off here now in the Panthers zone, won by Florida. Here's Seth Jones. Will clear it back down the other way. Now it's all about how the Panthers will respond. If they can come right back here with a goal, They can change the narrative completely. Barkov to the point. Reinhardt a shot. They score! And would you look at that? Doesn't matter. Sam Reinhart, 4-1 Florida. Literally, what did I just say? Shot. They score! Down the other way. Now it's all about how the Panthers will respond. If they can come right back here with a goal, they can change the narrative completely. Barkov to the point. Reinhardt a shot. They down the other way. Now it's literally, bro. Like I need to stop with the Panthers propaganda. Christ. Sam Reinhart, it's 4-1. All right, Marchand now deking with the puck. We'll get it up to the point. Thrown back behind the net. Lundell with it. 11:30 left here in the third period. Evander Kane will clear the other way to Arvidsson. It's intercepted there by the Panthers once again, who will dump it down low. Darnell Nurse battling for it now with E2 Losterainen. Back then for Kulak, over to Nugent Hopkins as well. Battling forward in the corner. Bennett a shot denied there by Pickard. Nugent Hopkins back for Kane, who will clear it out to center ice. Regrouping now with it is Seth Jones. Or Seth Jones, Kulikov. Single numbers always get me. Back to the Oilers' point. Wallman to Bouchard. About halfway through the third period, there's been 3 goals compared to 0 in the last one. It is 4-1 in favor of Florida here in Game 5. If they can hold on to this lead, they will come just within 1 win of the Stanley Cup. Here's Seth Jones now on the right side. We'll dump it down low. Puck is banked off the boards all the way back into the Panthers' end. Jones battling here in the corner. Now Skinner picks it up. Back then for Wallman. Over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt to Losterainen. Or Verhaeghe, who will clear it forward. Stolen back then by Bouchard. Shots are 18-16 in favor of Florida here in the third period as they have a 4-1 lead. Oilers have it. Draisaitl plays it forward. 3-on-3. McDavid dekes through to Losterainen. Back up then for Troy Stetcher, who will play it forward. Back then for Forsling. Forsling to Losterainen. Cleared all the way down into the zone. 9:40 left to go in the third. Draisaitl to Stetcher. Puck gets deflected off a defenseman there, and now Ekblad will play it and clear it down the other way. Yeah, this one's done. I hate to break it to you guys. Marchand with 6 goals in a Stanley Cup Finals since Esa Tikkanen back in 1988. So we're just breaking records here today. Here's Darnell Nurse. Will skate it back and loop around. That was Marchand's 6th goal we've seen him score here in these playoffs. In our Watch With Nordic live streams. I know he has more than that. Pickard now will clear it around the right side. Back up then for Frederick. Frederick sends it forward. Poke checked away. And Panthers get it right back. Yeah, you can already start talking about Game 6. Because I think this is pretty much it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Cleared around then down low as Pickard will regroup forward on the right side. Through the neutral zone, Podkolzin. Intercepted by Forsling. 8 minutes to go in the third period. He's kind of playing aimless hockey here now. Sucks when it's not a close game. Brett Kulak sends a pass up then for Arvidsson. And back down low as the Oilers will still regroup. Ekholm behind the Oilers net. Through the neutral zone. Pass in front is blocked by Ekblad. Now down low in the corner. Back to Forsling. Over then for Losterainen. E2 Losterainen will dump it down low into the zone for Marchand. Brad Marchand behind the Panthers net. Tries picking it up. It's intercepted by Kane. And dumped back down low by Lundell. Evan Bouchard. Regrouping here now. As Draisaitl dumps it back into the Panthers' end. It'll go all the way back down the other way then for Brett Kulak. So we'll have 2 days between Game 5 and Game 6. So we'll be able to see what adjustments the Oilers will make. And the Panthers as well, because it's looking more and more likely now that Florida will have a chance to hoist Lord Stanley back in Florida on Tuesday. And the Oilers, who have only won 2 games in Florida in the last calendar year, they're going to need a miracle. McDavid, a shot, goes wide. Draisaitl gets it back. Maybe I'm jinxing it here. Maybe the Oilers will come back, but I'm not really liking the odds right now. Bouchard will wait. 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Janmark clears it down low. Gajovic banks it off the boards. Over then for Darnell Nurse. Behind the Oilers' net. Pass goes all the way down and into the Panthers' end. That'll be an icing with less than 6 minutes to go in the third period. Shots are 17-16 in favor of Florida. So Game 6 will be Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If we need a Game 7, it'll be on Friday at 8 p.m. as well. So we got only 1 to 2 more streams left after this. This could be the end. And we might be back for... I think it's possible we could see a Calder Cup final live stream. I'm not putting that past you guys. Marchand over to Losterainen, and a shot saved by Pickard. Sam Reinhart gives the Oilers gives the Panthers a 4-1 cushion here in the third period, and they are just 5 minutes away from going up 3-2 in the series. Connor McDavid's 28th point. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it through the long stretches here of this one. Definitely hasn't been the most eventful hockey, but still hasn't been too bad, I would say. I really appreciate all the support. Face off now, won by the Oilers. They will clear it out of the zone. Now Wallman regrouping with Reinhart. Ekblad will dump it down the other way. Verhaeghe will clear it back then behind the net. Wallman banks it off the boards to Arvidsson. It goes through the neutral zone. Back over then to Ekblad, who will try and clear it down the other way. And both teams will make changes here with 5 minutes to go in the third period. The NHL Draft is on Friday, June 27th. And long shot goes through Bobrovsky there. It almost went into the net off of his back pad. But anyways, as I was saying, the NHL Draft is June 27th. We'll be live for that. And Stuart Skinner is going to the net with 5 minutes to go. Here we go. It's a 6-on-5 with 5 minutes to go. Let's see if the Oilers can mount an impossible comeback. A shot off the pipe. I thought for a moment that went in, but obviously not good enough. Here they are at the point. Bouchard, Ekholm, down low. McDavid now with it, battling with Jones. Behind the net to Nuge, who clears it around to Bouchard at the point. Bouchard to Ekholm, to Bouchard, to Ekholm. Ekholm to McDavid. McDavid pass in front, intercepted. Losterinen back then for Forsling. They'll move it the other way to Marchand for the hat trick. And it goes wide of the empty net. They were looking for him. How kind. Ekholm to Draisaitl. Draisaitl will clear it into the zone. 4 minutes remaining here in the third period. Ekblad down low now, as Florida will battle for it. Clear it up to the point. Bouchard sends it over to the point now. Back down low, McDavid. McDavid in front. Rebound goes just wide. McDavid now battling forward as well. 3:40 left here in the third period. The Oilers need 3. Bouchard, a shot deflects off Barkov and out of the zone. Kulak to Draisaitl. He is offsides. And the faceoff will come outside of the zone. And commercial break, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. All right. As we await the return here. Again, Game 6 will be live on Tuesday. So be prepared for that. And Pickard's going to come back into the net because the face-off is going to be at center ice. So there you go. And And they'll blow that face-off dead. A minute 30 to go. Pickard is at the hash marks because they put him back in there. Now they'll regroup. Face-off one here by Bouchard. He will go to the bench. And here comes McDavid. Skates around, waits, sends it up to the point to Draisaitl. It's kept in, though, by the Oilers. Perry to Draisaitl in front. Puck slides up, kept in. They score! Shot from the point from Corey Perry, and it's 4-2. 3:13 left in the third period. The Oilers are within 2. I don't know. What a screen by Nugent Hopkins there in front. Could we see an insane comeback here? Nah. What a tip in front. I think Nuge might have got that tip in front, so it might not be Corey Perry. But Corey Perry with the goal, I believe it is 4-2. It's time for the Oilers to work their magic. Banked off the boards now down low. It's at center ice. Nugent Hopkins then back to Bouchard. And Pickard will go back to the bench. Draisaitl up then through the zone. Trying to take it as McDavid. Dekes around. Throws it back in front. Marchand clears. And not enough for the empty net. The amount of people that just joined the stream because they scored another goal is insane. And we're getting a whistle here for something. I'm not exactly sure what it was. Hockey season's now over. Hey, there's still 1 to 2 games left. We shall see. We thought Florida was going to win Game 6 in round 2. They didn't, so. Here's Forsling now. We'll dump it down low to the Edmonton zone. Now Wallman battling for it with Reinhart. 2.5 minutes to go. Corey Perry, 10th goal this postseason. That's a tie for his career high in a single postseason. That's pretty cool. Here come the Oilers. Pickard goes back to the bench. Draisaitl on the backhand. Stopped in front there by Bobrovsky. Now McDavid sends it up to the point. Bouchard to Wallman. Wallman down low. Banked around back for Perry to Draisaitl, who will clear it up. It's kept in. Wallman a shot. Rebound in front. McDavid couldn't tuck in the rebound. It's kept in by Bouchard, and the Panthers will jab him away from their zone and force the Oilers to regroup. Now 2 minutes to go here. Bobrovsky will come out of his net to play it around then for Ekblad, who will clear it out of the zone. Now Evan Bouchard with it, back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to McDavid. Dekes around, intercepted by Luostarinen. And out to the neutral zone. And that'll be an icing against the Panthers. And here we go. Face-off coming now once again inside of the Panthers zone. The Oilers have called a timeout. So they'll get a chance here to talk. McDavid's talking. Let's see what the Oilers can do. Are they going to be able to pull this off? I doubt it, but I guess we'll see. Oilers need 2 in minute 39. I doubt it happens, but I feel like we've seen crazier things. And I already jinxed it earlier, so I wouldn't be shocked. McDavid with a goal tonight. Corey Perry with a goal tonight as well. Does somebody else get here on the score sheet? These fans are loud. Face off. One down low by the Panthers. It's blown dead. These Oilers fans are on their feet. They're praying for a miracle. A goddamn miracle. 18 shots for both teams. I didn't update those. I do apologize for that. And face-off is won by the Oilers. Up in front, Bouchard with some room. Saved by Bobrovsky. A minute 30. Ekholm clears it around down low for McDavid. Back then for Luostarinen. Forsling tries to clear. Nugent-Hopkins to Draisaitl a shot. Saved by Bobrovsky. Perry couldn't get the pass up. It's clear down the other way and into the empty net. And it's going to be Eetu Luostarinen's goal with a minute 19 left. On the empty net, it's 5-2, Florida. And that right there, folks, is the nail in the coffin for game number 5. The Panthers will win and come within just one singular win of the Stanley Cup. 78 streams that we have done this season. Could we see it all end on Tuesday? Kulikov now will dump it back down low. A minute 10 left as these Oilers fans begin to leave. On the right side, here's Frederick. Tries moving it in front. Pass over behind the net for McDavid to Stetcher. Up top, last minute of play. Kulak a shot, and that one is saved by Bobrovsky. Terrible home game. Don't deserve more than the Cup. It's simple. Yeah, this is absolutely brutal. It's better than game 4 or game 3, but this ain't been pretty. So Florida becomes the first team in all of the Watch of Nordic teams to have 10 wins when we commentate them. That's actually insane. In 13 games, they've only lost 3 times. It's kind of unreal. Podkolzin now battling with Tkachuk behind the net. Cleared around then up to the point as Mikkola will get it up and out of the zone. Lindell will just dump that one down low. It's not good enough for an icing. Troy Stetcher will drop it back. Frederick. Backhanded through the zone by Kulak. 20 seconds left here in the third period. Puck goes through the air and back to the neutral zone. 10 seconds left, and the Florida Panthers, as we get some pushing and shoving here at the end. And they blow the whistle with 5 seconds left. And now they're pushing and shoving here now, and they're going to let the clock run out. The Florida Panthers are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. Final score, Panthers 5, Oilers 2. And we'll go back to Sunrise on Tuesday. And the Panthers will have a chance to hoist Lord Stanley's Cup. That's Florida's 10th win on the road this postseason. A new NHL record. Brad Marchand with 6 goals in the Stanley Cup final. He's the first player to do that since Esa Tikkanen. All the way back in 1988 when, you guessed it, the Edmonton Oilers did it. All right. So Tuesday could be it. Tuesday could be the end of these streams. I guess we'll see. Thank you all so much for tuning in to yet again another Watch of Nordic live stream. It is greatly appreciated. Subscribe down below if you're new. Donate some money. This is your last chance to do so. All proceeds go towards one of the Ben Stelter Foundations or the Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital. And that being said, that is it for me. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday.